Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Simply Colorful Fibercast. Today's date is May 25th, 2018. My name is Lynn, and I'm your host. Welcome. We have another hour of sewing together, and today we're revealing our mystery quilt. So this is the Spring Fling 2018 mystery quilt, and I know several of you have already continued along and made changes to it that I love. So I hope that you like it. I like it, and I hope you're having fun. And there are all sorts of variations, you can tell by now that you have all of the instructions. So you can see that I finished mine before today's show because I've had some time, and I knew that I would be remote, and that sometimes it's more difficult to get things done when you're remote, just because you're setting things up. So anyway, I finished my baby there, and I encourage everyone, if you have not yet, join the Simply Colorful Mystery Quilt Quilt-Along group on Facebook. It's now a closed group, I mentioned last week, so that everyone can see each other's posts, but people can't see. If you're not in the group, you can't see the posts. So go there and see what folks have already been posting. They're beautiful. The clue itself is clue number 7, and it's on the Simply Colorful website, simplycolorful.com. And we had to make the grids, another grid. It shows you how to do that. It tells you if you made the baby size quilt, you needed to make 12 of those grid blocks out of smaller units that we had created earlier in the mystery. And then once you did that, it was time to sew it all together in the matrix that was shown for each of the sizes of the quilts. And I have to tell you, I was tickled pink to see Kelsey say that she'd put this on her list. I can't tell you how that made me happy. So designing quilts is more difficult than I thought it would be, and it sure is fun. And anyone who's out there who wants to design one and wants to do a mystery for us, let me know. Let us know. We'll do it with you. We'd be happy to test your pattern. So that said, I know this pattern. I used the yardage estimates from the electronic quilt EQ8, which is available through my website, simplycolorful.com. Go click on that if you're interested in that. The yardage requirements were too big, too high. For this baby quilt, I read it. It looks like it was almost 8 yards of fabric. That doesn't seem right at all. I didn't test it. So again, that's always the caveat with these mysteries, as I'm making them for the first time with you. So thank you for putting up with me. I know I saw Joyce had to buy a couple of more gray fat quarters. So she's probably learned by now that she doesn't buy the big yardage, and she uses what she has and then goes and augments. Here's what I have left over that I'm going to make into my backing. So remember, I used this Tula Pink Toad Road. Let's see, what was it? What was the name of it? Tabby Road. I'm sorry. Toad Road. Tabby Road by Tula Pink. It's a Free Spirit fabric, and that's what I picked my colors for my quilt from. Well, I have my original fat quarter. I didn't buy many yards of it because it's expensive. And I have these leftover fat quarters that I'm going to sew together to make my backing. So I have this one and this. I thought I would sew each of those on the side, on each side of this main one. Oh, Josie's here. Josie's still with us. She goes home tomorrow night. And then we have I have these 3 more colors. Fair amount of that one. And then I have gray that I'm going to bind it in. So that should make it, that should have plenty for my backing. The baby quilt size is 51 inches by 51 inches. So that's what I'm going to do for the first couple of minutes. And if it gets too unwieldy and too big for my little setup right here, I may switch over to simple 4 patches because I want to use my new iron. This iron is amazing. I love it. So Karen, thank you. Ooh, it's all dusty. I've got to take that off. It is really Amazing. See this? Like you just undo it. There's no cord. It has a low, medium, high. Joyce mentioned that it does shut off quickly, and it does, but there are worse problems to have. It's better to have it off and have to wait and turn it back on. I use it dry. Joyce does too. I just don't want it to leak. It gets very hot here, I'm noticing, but it's great. Highly recommend it. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is I have this right here. We're also going to send me pictures, send me updates, send us updates to lynn@simplycolorful.com. And tonight I will share them with everyone. Or post your pictures on the Simply Colorful Mystery Quilt Along, or on Patreon, or wherever. Oh, and Carol! Aw, she says, sorry I am late again tonight. What did I miss? My men say hello and love the new iron. Woohoo! Aw, hello Kim, hello Dean. Kim, come sew with me. I need a new project. I'm heading home tomorrow, and I'll be home for a week. Then I'm coming back down here for a week. Then I'll be home for a week. Then we're coming down here for the 4th of July, and then we're going home. It's beautiful down here, I must say. But hi, Dean and Kim. And this iron is awesome. Carol, you have to try it. We have to have a play date, Carol and Deb, if you're out there. Okay, so send anything you want to lynn@simplycolorful.com, and I'll share it with everyone. Let's get sewing. Dozy. And Carol, to answer your question, you haven't missed a thing. This is a pretty low-key Friday night. It has been such a nice week. Since I've seen you, my mother has taught me how to use the online libraries. I've been down to the library here and reset my CLAMS password. CLAMS is the, I should know what CLAMS stands for. Library, CAPE, library, maybe access management. It's basically a way you can share books amongst different libraries. We have it up in Hopkinton too. I don't think it's called CLAMS. Anyway, online you can get access to all these books and audiobooks for free in the Boston Public Library is great. See who's out there. And Carol's note from last week. Carol said, not able to watch you as I'm at the Relay for Life walk and the beautiful lynx cutting. Happy cutting, everyone. That was last week. I saw the beautiful lynx. Lots of people donating their hair for cancer survivors, for wigs and for use like that. So I'm going to sew this together on one side. I'm bringing my machine home tomorrow so that I can bring it up to the Quilted Crow on Wednesday and have them once and for all give it a good grease and oil and clean out the innards. I clean the hook and underneath the throat plate, but I don't have the diagnostic software. It's like a car, right? It's a computer, and the technicians can go in there and give me a new catalytic converter. I don't really need a new catalytic converter on my sewing machine. Watch how this iron works. Okay. No, Josie. What do you hear? The other night she heard deer outside. She woke me up. She was doing that. And I finally got up and went to the door, and then these big antelope-like things went galloping off. The birds down here are amazing. We have everything from bobwhite quail Just the male right now. My mother thinks the female's sitting on her nest. 2, see, so I set that seam. And male and female orioles. And I'm only going to scratch the surface. Blue jays, cardinals, hummingbirds, woodpecker, doves, grackle, catbirds, chipmunks, you know, you can just go on and on. Don't you love, I love the spring. Okay, so there's one. Josie. Now I thought what I'd do is I'd put another purple here. I have a basic color theory question for everyone. If you want to make a deeper yellow, how do you do that without using a black? Send me your answer. And by the way, what I'm working on is a bit of a hint. Okay. There's the purple. Oh, this would make a nice pillowcase, wouldn't it? I can't really decide these colors. I can't really decide for whom this color quilt would be good. And I think I'm leaning toward a toddler, although this really isn't toddler fabric. Maybe a tween or a young adult, maybe. Not really baby quilt colors, although it's the baby quilt size. Isn't this amazing? No cord to get in the way. I love that thing. Okay, there's one side. Now I'll do the other. Again, send me your notes. Let's see who's out there. I want to hear what you've been up to and what you're going to be doing for this Memorial Day. Here in the United States, it is Memorial Day weekend, and this is a holiday that started after the Civil War to commemorate men and women who died in service of our country and keep us free. So it's a very important holiday. You see my American flags behind me. Mom lent them to me. She puts them outside in her gardens. And if you're out there, send a note to Lynn at simplycolorful.com. Oh, I have an account error. I tell you, these systems, I'm always changing my passwords. Hey, KB, howdy. My sister says howdy, all. I'm just lamenting. Oh, and Jean's there. I'm just lamenting about how technology is going to drive me bonkers. I'm always changing passwords and getting myself all mixed up. I had to change my Gmail password on that computer. I realized I'm traveling with 6 computers. I think I have a problem with not only scissors, but computers now. And so I'll change a password on one of them, and then I'll go to use another one, and I'll forget what I changed the password to. And it's just, you have to laugh because it's really, it's silly. So I have to go in here to Gmail, re-enter my password, hopefully remember it from half an hour ago. It's thinking. And the reason I'm doing this is so I can see your email, because I have my Lynn at simplycolorful.com email rerouted to my Gmail account. Ooh. Okay, seemed to work. So now I should be able to go back and get your emails. Let's see. It's checking for mail. Ah, you are out there, everyone. Yay. Oh, Google security alert. New device signed in. I know. Carol Bell over in the UK, in Yorkshire, actually. She says, hi, Lynn and Fibercasters. Hope you have all had a good week. We have had some wonderful sunny weather this week. Oh, good for you. I got my sashed tumbler quilt completely finished last week. Finished the binding while watching the royal wedding. That's right. That's what we've done too since we talked last. She says, I have started to work on a Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern. I do love digital downloadable patterns. It's a bordered 9-patch. Hope you all have a good holiday weekend. Yours, Carol, in Yorkshire, England. Oh, and she's downloaded. Look at her Tumblr. Is there, the first one. Who's there? Let's see. There's the first. Oh, I like your 9 patches. Oh, very striking. Oh, I may have to do something like that. That would be fun to do here with my new iron. 9 patches, and then they're circulated with some others. You are so quick, Carol. I love it. You have a good weekend, too. And thank you for sending that. Sue in Chicago area. She says, hi, Lynn. I don't have any close-up pictures of my latest Dear Giant Jane blocks that I have done, but I am on row J. Here is what I have sashed together so far. The race is on, Lynn. She says, I'm going to start working on a new perennial garden. Good. Get out and garden. And wildflower garden this weekend if the weather holds. Ah, look at this. Look at all of those Dear Janes, all sewn together. Oh, Sue, I've done nothing. That is spectacular. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rows already. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Yep. So you're on the 10th row, you hot ticket. All right, the race is on. Duly noted. Kathleen. Oh, she says, I love your quilt. Oh, I'm glad you do. I'm watching tonight. I'm a week behind, but we'll finish this week. She says, I'm changing my sewing room around, and I hope to have a small TV near my machine. Then I can watch and sew. That's perfect. I have just discovered the beauty of a smart TV. Thanks to my sister, KB. We got ourselves a Samsung smart TV here, and I've also set that up, and I've been binge watching House of Cards, which is a little disconcerting. It's a little too close to home, my work home, but it is a very good show, and I'm only on season 1, and it looks like there are 5 seasons, so I have a lot of fun ahead of me. So what are these? Beeps. Okay, see, my computer's run amok. Oh, Kathy says, I have a wireless iron also. It's not the same one as you have, but I do love ironing without the cord in my way. Have a nice weekend, Kathy. Isn't it amazing? I love it. Now, it has turned off, so that point about it turning off quickly is true, but it's still very hot, and I can just go low, medium, high, and now it's on again, and it'll be ready in a minute. Oh, so glad you're out there, Kathy. Linda G. Oh, I love your colors. Linda G says, I love your mystery. Mine is pretty busy. That's cool. It's scrappy, as you can see, and I like it, but I think I might add another border of orange and yellow to coordinate with my focal fabric. Exactly. It's been a lot of fun, she says. I hope all the Fibercasters have a wonderful holiday weekend. Mine should be filled with free motion quilting. Yay! In stitches, Linda from Southern California. Oh, Linda, I like how the black boxes are showing up on your scraps. the very dark green, and that is great. Wow. Oh, oh, I love seeing these. Oh, Carol. Carol in the UK, she says, hi, Lynn and Fibercasters. She titles it A Busy Weekend Ahead. And she says, I'm making the most of the peace and quiet tonight, watching Fibercast before the whirlwind arrives tomorrow. What might this whirlwind be? She says, my eldest daughter is home from Switzerland for a few days. Tonight she's at the Rolling Stones concert with her dad. It was his birthday present from her. Oh, tomorrow, she says, my son and granddaughter arrive for a few days for the bank holiday weekend. So you can imagine there won't be much sewing done. Oh, that sounds great. Carol says, I've been busy doing the quilting on one of the baby quilts I'm working on and sewing the binding down on the charity quilt. Love the reveal for the mystery quilt, and it is definitely on my to-do list. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Oh, Carol. Thank you, Carol. So glad you're out there. Enjoy your family. That is such fun. And the sunshine. Hopefully you got a little sun too. Oh, I'm so glad you're out there. Dawn, hello, smiling Dawn. Dawn says, I love the mystery quilt. Oh, I'm so glad. She says, I'm attending a baby shower tomorrow, but the quilt will have to be an IOU. Oh, this is the third baby quilt on my to-do list. Suddenly lots of babies entering the world. Oh, that's fun. Isn't that fun when new life comes to our world? My dear Jane is slowly progressing. Excellent. Excellent. Did you go to the retreat at Becky's last weekend? I wish I had been there, but I was down here. I'm missing doing that. So I hope you did, and I hope you had fun. I think I saw that you did. And I think I saw one of your other baby quilts, so I'm catching up in my mind. She says, hope you and the fellow Fibercasters enjoy a beautiful weekend, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. You too. Oh, I want to wish everyone happy graduations that are out there. Lots of high school and college graduations and preschool and all that. Okay, so here's one side. While I'm at it, why don't I do the other two sides? Mom and I went to 3 different garden stores this afternoon, and all of them are chock full of plants. This is the weekend when you can finally plant your vegetable garden around here, and the nurseries are just full, and they're beautiful. Oh, I slipped a little. Excuse me. I'm really not in the best position here. I'm kind of reaching over, so my fabric slipped off a little, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and use my iron. So I set the seam. Oh, shout out to my Uncle Dan if he's watching. I doubt he is, but he might be. He's over on the Cape. Get well, get better fast. Okay. So now the backing is getting interesting. I'm going to put, so the color question. If you want to make a yellow darker, get its opposite color on the color wheel, which is purple. If you want to make a purple darker, get its opposite on the color wheel, which is a yellow. So if that's true, And if I want to get a green, make my green darker without using black, because black will just add shade to it. What color will you add to green to make it darker? Yep, I hear you. I hear you shouting, saying red. Yep. Just use its opposite. And if you could only have 3 colors in your palette, in your paint box, with which to make all the other colors, what would they be? Yep, I hear you. The primary colors: blue, red, and yellow. Okay. So let's say you only have those 3 colors in your paint box. I know this is really rudimentary, so tell me to stop if it's just too rudimentary. But it's always good to go back to the basics. If you want to make green, what 2 colors do you mix together? Yep. Blue and yellow. So blue and yellow and red, or cyan, magenta, and yellow are your primary colors. When you mix them together, you get your secondary colors. So green is secondary. What do you get when you mix red and yellow together? Orange. It's another secondary. And what do you get when you mix blue and red together? You get purple, a third secondary. So now you have 6 colors. Okay, on your color wheel. Now, let's see how wide this is. Do you think it's 51 inches or more? Okay, this is 12 inches, 24, 36. Nope, I'm going to need more. But you know what? Let's see how. Aha! I'm going to start sewing these on the ends and then probably trim it and have to do another long strip that way, which will be fine. So I'm going, like I say, I'm going home tomorrow and I'll be there for a few days. I have a few more. I have actually, Joyce, your quilts are in the queue. Carol, your quilts are in the queue. I have some coming in June. So just know that I'll be coming back and forth between the Vineyard. So the lag time might be a little bit more on quilts. So if anyone has quilts, say for a quilt show or any deadlines, send them on over. I'd love to do them. I'm not saying I can't do them, but I just want you to know that with my travel schedule, they might be take a little bit longer to return to you. But it's my #1 priority when I get home. Who's there? Hey, Jean. Yes, I am. Jean. Oh, I missed. So Jean says, Jean. I think Jean's winning. She says, I love your beautiful quilt. Awesome reveal. How many of your other many projects did you get to this week? Well, I'm glad you asked. I pulled, not many, but I did finish binding my Kona Challenge quilt. Had I done that by last week? I don't think so. So that's one thing I accomplished. I pulled out the chair pad, the braided chair pad. Mom and I did this morning. And we looked at it, and I rolled things back up. Does that count? I finished this. Well, the top. I got the computers to work. I got my library cards to work. I did work, but I guess I didn't do too much. I should have done more. I brought my last remaining poinsettia blocks in the house because at night I go in and watch TV with my mom, and I didn't do those. Thanks for asking. Oh, and Jean says up for a walk this weekend while you're home. Definitely. Definitely. Excellent. Maybe anytime on Sunday? Oh. Knock, knock. Aw, thank you. Jean says that sounds like a lot. Aw. And I went to Lucy Vincent Beach this morning, which was fabulous. I brought my podcast, and I brought a chair, and I went and I sat in front of a rock a big rock, so the wind would be buffeted, and it was magnificent. But I have to tell you, just today, so many people have arrived on the island. I know this because Mom and I, after we went to the nurseries, we treated ourselves to kicked off summer with a church lobster roll. It was delicious. So it's been quite the week. And I had a friend visit from California, a coworker, someone I used to work with, who ironically has an old quilt that she's going to be sending out to be machine quilted. If anyone in the Hopkinton area wants me to bring their machine to the Quilted Crow on Wednesday, let me know. Okay. Hopefully I did that on the right side. So now let's just do this. So Bob, needless to say, isn't coming down here this weekend. He has been home siding the outside of that house that he bought over in Northbridge. And the weather's been good, so he was talking about coming down here for like 24 hours, coming Sunday afternoon after his open house, and then driving back home with the dog on Monday in all that traffic, the Cape traffic. And I suggested that it was nice that he offer that. I mean, the dog is really my responsibility. I ended up down here with the dog that has to go home. And because his parents, Steve and Jean and family, come home late Saturday night, like at 9:30. So Bob's going to stay home and keep working on his house. And I'm going to bring the dog home. Oh, look at this iron. Look at how amazing that is. Okay, so we're getting there. Excuse me. I think maybe I'll do this on the other side. Hey, we're up to 2,500, over 2,500 YouTube subscribers. So thank you all. Thanks for supporting us. I was psyched when I went into YouTube. Once I finally got it working tonight. Oh, and another thing I wanted to say is for any Patreon patrons out there, anyone who's subscribed to Patreon, I'm making this EQ8 file is yours. I'll probably put it on a Google Doc rather than on the Patreon site because it's too big, I think. But just know that if you are a Simply Colorful supporter, you can have the EQ file. And then you can further, like, make it even better, like add your borders, like several of you have done. So by the way, send me an email. Well, I'll put a link to it in Patreon. Oh, it sounds windy out there. Can you hear it? I guess I'm having better luck with this. We haven't had to do the 4 patches yet, have we? Okay. Guess I should be using my scissors here. Oh, I have to set it. So I guess I don't have much other news. I encourage everyone to enjoy your festivities, enjoy your family visitors, enjoy your gardening, right? Especially Sue. No need to keep working on that, dear Jane. Lucy might be getting sad. I think you need to pay some attention to Lucy. Lucy? And then maybe after that, the farmer's wife could use some attention. Ha 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 ha. Oh boy. I need some new material, don't I? I am thinking, one other thought I had is, I think I want to go to quilt retreats and offer to do fibercast from there. So if anyone is doing a retreat and you want to have me come and broadcast from there so all your friends or your family can see what you do at retreat and you can show them what you're working on, that might be fun for us to do. I think it might be fun. Here's what I was thinking is I think it would be fun in the moment, but then I also think it would be really fun down the road because I'm thinking back on retreats that we've done in the last, say, 5 years when we used to go up to New Hampshire. Those were some of the most fun times I've ever had. And I love seeing, I have a little video snippet and I love to see the video snippet from back then. So if we posted these, say on Facebook, and then when your memory comes up, you know how Facebook automatically comes up a year, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, then we could see this and see the quilt retreat. So it was another idea I had that seemed doable. Basically, I'm all about doable without too much trouble. Ah, Carol. Thank you, Carol, for asking. Carol says, just curious, how are you going to quilt this mystery quilt? An all-over pattern? Yes, I have thought about it, and because the squares are so little, I'm going to do, and I've never done it before, I'm just going to do a very small stipple. I saw one of my sister's quilts had done that way, and I liked it. So literally, the stipple will be not less than an inch apart all over. So, did I mention, Carol, that your quilts are up almost next? So, get ready. I want you to know that I have not forgotten them. And they're overdue. It's time to give you back some of your hard work so you can get some bindings on. Okay. So that's my plan. Okay, let's do one more. And then if we have time, we'll do a couple of 4 patches. If we have time, I have no idea what time it is. Hello. Ding, who's out there? Oh, Carol. Oh, I love this. I have been trying. Okay, Carol. So your adoring fans would like to know if we can convince you to join the guild. That came from Jean, and I second and third that motion. In fact, it's in between us. So Carol, I can meet you there. It's literally you drive west on 135, I'll drive east, and we'll meet at the Congregational Church, or the FCCH, First Community Church. It's a big white church. And it's the second Tuesday of every month. So anyone in the Massachusetts, Hopkinton, Ashland, Natick, Framingham area, if you want to come to the Marathon Quilters Guild, please do. And then in turn, Carol, if you had any interest in going to the Modern Guild there in Framingham at the Fabric Place, I'd be up for doing that. And I bet we could ask Jean. And that would be right around your corner. I think that's a great idea, Jean. Thank you. Okay, one more seam on this. It might be cool on the quilting if I had a variegated color with all these, a variegated thread with some of these colors in it, wouldn't it? Because the back, it'll just look all stippled. Or, you know, I'll probably stick with gray because I do have the gray binding, and I have the gray in the front of the quilt. I really love seeing the quilt reveals on the Facebook page. And I know you can't see when I hold up the book here. Otherwise, I'd be going right to that page and I'd be showing you everyone's quilts that they've been posting, their progress. All right. So there. That. I didn't even have to stand up. Okay, so there's that. Let's see what time it is. And I am going to pull out some blocks. 2.5-inch squares that I have acquired from Christine and Deb and my sister KB. And then some I cut. Okay, so that's that. Okay, we do have time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I thought that was Carol. Jean is in for the Modern Quilt Guild. So, oh, KB says, I love the quilt layout. I skipped last week's clue, so I'm a little behind. I'm sewing together the second set of 9-patch units. Can't wait to put them up on the design wall. I'll do the border units from last week after that. That sounds good. You know, I'm glad to hear, KB, you say that. Part of me thought I would reverse the order, and then I thought, well, no, it'll be a little different if we do the border and then come back and do one of the grids. So that's cool. Happy long weekend. Amen. Happy long weekend. Okay, so that is the Spring Fling Mystery Quilt. We will do another one soon. In the meantime, I have some scraps burning a hole in my side. Some of these aren't big enough, some are. Look at all of these 2.5-inch beauties. Those are littler, those are bigger. Oh, I even have tumblers. Thank you, Chris. Oh, those are cool. Look at how many I have. Seriously? I'm going to have to sew those together. All right, let's put that aside. Oh, see, this is the beauty of this iron for scrap sewing. Now, scrap ironing. Now, it turned itself off. So I'm going to have to put it back in, but it's still warm. Look, it did that beautifully. I'm going to push low, medium, high. Okay. Now that's getting warm again. This one, no, I cut those down. Those are still good like that. Okay. What have we got here? I think my second quilt was made from 4 patches. I think what I'm going to do, can you see this? This is where I need the overhead camera. I'm going to match those and match those. And I'll web them together. And then I'll spin the seam. How's that sound? KB, Mom planted all the bulbs you sent her for her birthday. It's pretty classic. You got Mom something that she'll love, the bulbs, right? I got her something that I'll love. I got her a beach cabana, or one of those, I'm not calling it the right thing, a beach tent. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but now I have them webbed together and I'm reverse ironing them or pressing them. Oh, I love that thing. There we are. gonna go do this. Peggy and Wendy down under, I think you would like this iron. I think you both would like it a lot. I don't know why I say you two. Other than Peggy, I know you like to do some work on your scrappy quilts there with your husband in the in the evening, and I can envision you with a card table or something. I don't know why, if you've told me that. Okay, so to spin the seams, you know, I just had to cut the little webbing. But you can have this right next to you on your card table, and you are good to go. It's a 4-patch. Let's see where we're putting these so you can see them. Okay. Excuse me. Ooh. Pretty blue. Ooh, with lighter butterfly. Oh, Josie, please. It's okay. Okay. We'll do one more and then we'll probably sign off. How's that sound? How are we doing for time? No, we still have time. Okay. There. You can see this. I probably have these all piled in front where you can't see it. Press. That goes forward. Goes back. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm going to clip this. You kind of pull it apart so the seams come pulled. You open this up and you spin the seams. Didn't quite spin quite as Why, hello there, Josie. And there we go. Another 4-patch of light and dark. So maybe we can start doing them like that. I'm just going to, this is going to be my leader ender. I'm just going to keep working on that. So with that, hi, Leah. Oh, good. Leah says she sent an email. Let me go check. Oh, I'm so glad you let me know. Excuse me. Okay. Hey, so did Joyce. Okay, so Leah, I'm going to watch for your email. Oh, I see you. Leah says, oh, and it's downloading your picture. Hi, Lynn and Fibercasters. Happy Friday. She says, I'm watching live. I've been busy knitting and sewing project bags. Have a nice holiday, she says. Oh, I like that. Look at this. It's like a drawstring. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, and I love the knitting fabric. Aw, thanks for sending that. Excellent. And then Joyce says, hi, Joyce. She says, hi, y'all. I'm stacking up my Clue 7 tonight to sew tomorrow. I think one of my grays is too dark. Oh, well, it didn't interfere with my sewing fun. Your quilt is beautiful. Happy Memorial Day to you and yours. Oh, Joyce. Oh, look at those. No, they look great. Are you talking about that one right there? They look great. I cannot wait to see it all together. Aw. Happy Memorial Day. I hope to see you soon. Hey, and this is a wonderful one. We're going to end on a text from Sandra in Mississippi. Hi. Sandra says, hi, y'all. Excuse me. There's lit. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. Hope to get some sewing done, she says. I'm working on a loom knitting hat for a friend at church who's going to have surgery in a week or so, and she wanted to be able to cover her hair. Perfect. She says, I'm trying to finish and take it to her Sunday. Aw, that's great. She says, hugs, Sandra, in hot Mississippi. Well, hugs right back at you, Sandra. You're always doing for others, and that's a lesson for us all. It feels good to do for others. That is for sure. I think I want to make sure I haven't missed anyone. I truly thank you all for being there and for continuing to watch Fibercast and sew along with me and sew together and meet each other and become a community. Enjoy the mystery. Thanks for playing along. And I'll see you right back here in a week. Go do a lot of things, live your life, and we'll catch up next Friday night at 8 p.m. right back here. Bye. Now I have to find my mouse. Bye, everyone.